Hola, cafeños. We're Cafe Con Leche Travels. I'm David.
And my name is Travis, and we normally upload videos every Thursday.
Now we're giving you an extra shot on Saturdays.
So these videos will be a little shorter, a little less edited, just other stuff we wanted to share with you, answering questions, maybe some other vlogs. We don't really know yet, but
you're getting more of our beautiful faces.
Twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. So today we wanted to show you our neighborhood, which is Temozon Norte, just outside the Perefico in Merida, Mexico.
Yes, we have been living outside of like the main area, and a lot is changing and it's growing exponentially.
This neighborhood is blowing up. And if you're thinking about moving to Merida, maybe you want to consider moving to Temozon Norte, and we're going to take you around now.
So let's go.
We also have to go quickly because it is about to rain. So this video might be a lot shorter.
Our planning is still not great.
When we moved into our Privada last November, it was one of the only finished Privadas in the neighborhood, and it actually wasn't finished. They were still doing construction on a lot of the houses. But now, as we'll show you, around our neighborhood, there are so many new Privadas. It feels like every 4 steps, there's another housing complex.
Yeah, it's really, really great, and it shows me like how much potential this city has, and it's great to see.
One of the biggest reasons there's so much development in this neighborhood is they are building the tallest building in the Yucatan directly behind our complex.
It's called the Sky, as it should be, because it's going all the way up to the sky.
And from our understanding, we think it's going to be about 100 stories, which is wild because nothing around here is more than like 3 stories. Also, from our understanding, it's supposed to take about 3 years to be finished. But when it's completed, it'll have office space and retail space. And so it's like this huge, huge complex.
This would be so much better to show if we had a drone. So stay tuned for that.
Because apparently you have to have a drone now to be on YouTube. So we're working on it. That's the construction site, but what we're walking on is a dirt gravel road, which when we moved here in the fall of 2020, a lot of the roads were like this. There weren't that many paved roads back behind the main roads. And now we'll show you what is starting to happen to all of the roads and all of the areas. We're sure when the SkyTower is completed, this will be a proper road. Who knows? Maybe more buildings everywhere. It's just nuts.
So Temozon Norte used to be its own city that was very, very small, kind of just on the outside of Merida, and now it's almost like fused into one.
So like anywhere, there's pros and cons to living in Temozon Norte as opposed to other parts of Merida. We'll start with the cons.
So some of the cons I feel like are you are farther out. So because things are still being developed, you're just away from, you know, like the central area of Merida, and even outside of the main highway that goes around Merida. So you're kind of on the outside and you can feel that.
Another con to living in Temozon Norte when we first moved in, which we don't think is going to be an issue when SkyTower is built and as it continues to be developed, is some of the services. So it took us a while to get high-speed internet in our place because it was a brand new Privada, and Telmex had to like come out and dig the wires, and it was like a whole thing. But as things have been more developed, we have high-speed internet, our electric's been fine, it's been great. So I think it will continue to become more solid. And actually, I noticed when we first moved in, we would only get 3G cell service out here, and now I'm getting LTE.
So behind us, that road right there used to be a dirt road, and the one in front of us was a road, but it was like severely potholed. You felt like you were having an earthquake in your car when you drove down.
And when we say dirt road, it was like a tiny little dirt path cutting through the trees. Mm-hmm. And now they're building 2 housing complexes, maybe a 3rd. So we'll take a walk and show you that. But it's just like, it seemed like it happened overnight. Obviously it took a year for things to really kick off, but it feels like it's going very quickly. And just to give you an idea, we went for a walk like a couple weeks ago, and only one side of this was even, this side was up. Now there's this side. I mean, it's like stuff is going so quickly.
So another con to maybe some people is that out here it's very modernized, so everything is a Privada and kind of it's like gated communities, and that's pretty much all there is. There's like a small area where there's like a town where houses are like next to each other, but most of the places around here are Privadas and enclosed. So for some people that may not be their jam or your jam, and you might want to be like near your neighbors or be able to like see other people. And here you kind of don't get that luxury.
Yeah, it's like your community can feel like the Privada, and then you get in a car and go somewhere else. There is like a downtown of Temozon Norte that's like one street, but it's nothing like Centro. This was another dirt road when we moved in, like a tiny dirt path cutting across all of this field. And now it is a 2-lane road that is fully paved and actually makes getting home in an Uber so much easier.
Yeah, there will be times where people will get lost because it never connected this back way to where we live, and now it's easy access.
And what's wild is on either side of us you see fields, and you also see very nice cars because this is a very wealthy area. But there's fields on either side, and guaranteed in like a year, 2 years, 3 years, so much of this is gonna be developed.
Yeah.
There's for sale signs everywhere. There's new Privadas going up all over town. So it's not gonna be the pleasant field to run through for very much longer.
Yeah. This is what we like to call that new. So one pro we feel like here, and again, this might not be some people's jam, but other people's, is that you do get a great quality of living for an relatively inexpensive price.
Because all the Privadas are new, some of them have crazy amenities, really nice gyms, really nice pools, roof decks. It's kind of like getting ridiculous, and I'm sure once this field behind us is developed, it'll be even more ridiculous. But yeah, it's not as expensive as something closer to center or even inside the perefico. Okay, it's starting to rain now, so we have to go home. But another pro about living in Temozon Norte, at least for us, at least for me, is on the flip side of it, not having like a super bustling downtown area for us to walk through, like walkable from our house, is I kind of like the isolation, especially because we do travel so much. So when we come home, we're just kind of like out in these fields that haven't been developed yet and can go for a run at night and see a blanket of stars, and it feels really nice.
Another big pro is you are closer to the beach here. We live about 20 minutes away from the beach, and that is amazing.
Very little traffic because we're already to the north of the city, so we just hop on one little highway freeway thing and you're in Progreso in the blink of an eye.
A lot of people I think are wondering like why modern houses in Mexico look so cubed and squared, and
this is David's theory.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, let me know, but I feel like it's because they build everything with cement because of the hot weather. It's easier to keep the heat out, and I think, like that form is easier to keep the heat out or something. Somebody let me know, because I want to know.
This is a newly formed theory. This was 20 minutes ago.
This is I remember watching movies and seeing houses that look like this and me thinking like, now that is the epitome of luxury, and now they're everywhere, so I'm in love with that.
And is it heat related? David wants to know.
I want to know. Let me know.
Another example of a smaller dirt path that guaranteed in no time, I'm sure, will be a fully paved road with nice privadas on either side. Again, when we moved in, this privada behind us was still very much under construction. We wandered in one night and got to look because we were curious. Now it is completely done and looks very nice.
Yeah.
And actually, we were here at the lavanderia, or I was here at the lavanderia the other day dropping our laundry off, and a car pulled up and honked and said, "Hey, Travis, Café con Leche, we live right here." That was awesome, and we hope you guys are enjoying Mexico if you're watching this.
So when we first got here, internet was a problem for us. So thankfully, right up the street is B Suites, this amazing hotel and slash campus housing, and they let us stay and became our friends.
We used their conference room a couple times to upload some videos to the channel, and it's a great little hotel. It has a pool, it has a cafe. If you're looking for a hotel in the north, check it out. One final pro of living in Temozon Norte, especially where we live, is you are close to La Isla Mall.
La Isla, the harbor, Costco,
Oh yeah.
Home Depot, all of those kinds of like things that you're familiar with are out in the out.
All right, we hope you enjoyed that little mini tour of our little neck of the woods in Temozon Norte.
These are just little tidbits, little morsels, a little shot of what our life is looking like here in Mexico.
And we'll continue to upload our regular full-length vlogs and full-length videos every Thursday, so make sure to look out for that. But in the meantime, make sure to like and subscribe and all the YouTube things. And here comes our tagline.
Hasta luego.
We'll see you next time.